from a lady named Lynn Barnes, locally for a little while, if anyone knows that name, or Lynn Dale. Yeah. And, oh yeah, do you play harp? Okay. You look, your
No,
face.
I don't.
Your face looks really familiar. I thought maybe you're one of her students.
No, but I know who you were talking.
Uh-huh, yeah. She's a really good player in the area, and she used to go around, I don't know if she still does, to libraries, and she does events she did events for local libraries. She used to have harp circles and things like that. I take lessons if I have time, from Christine Mazza at WVU University, and she was the main harp instructor at WVU until recently that she's retired. So I've got lots to learn. So those are my two instructors to this point. All right, well, my next one I'm going to keep going so I don't talk too much is Dublin Streets. This is a traditional Ireland tune. The name Dublin comes from the Irish word Dublin, which means black pool. The name refers to the dark tidal pool where the river Poddle and the river met the river Liffey. Dublin streets have been shaped by many factors, including its Viking origins, English rule, and Irish culture. And this is one, it's arranged by Sue Richards, but it's also one that we have done with the WVU Harp Ensemble recently. Dublin Streets. I'm really lucky too to see some friends out in the audience. Sally and Ron and Andy and Dawn and Julie that I've known for years, and some band parents as well out there. And then I have my daughter and mother and grandson on the floor there. So I'm excited to have them here with us. The next one I'm going to play is called The Gentle Maiden, and this is said to be a traditional love song written by Sir Harold Woolton. Ireland's first president, Douglas Hyde, is credited with this Irish translation. However, the tune is an ancient Irish tune from the Bunting collection of 1840. You may recognize this one. This is a little bit more well-known, The Gentle Maiden. A lot of times people will request this one for weddings, same as the Star of County Down. little bit peppier. And if you want to dance, I don't know how much room there is. But, this is the Galway Piper. I did play a little bit. I'm a band teacher. I teach elementary band. And so I have taken my harp, especially my smaller one, around to the elementary schools and played it for cafeterias and hallways. I'm showing the kids in the classroom a little bit here and there. So it's kind of, the harp is a really special instrument because it's very, it just has it makes this presence over the whole room. I really feel like it gives a sense of peace and just calm atmosphere. And sometimes these little children, especially the little small children, are just mesmerized by it when I play. And so I played a little bit this morning for one of my schools, and the principal was dancing around to this one. So this is the Galway Piper. Traditional Irish folk song was published in 1740. Could have been written earlier. The song is about a famous bagpiper from Galway named Piping Tim. The Uilleann pipes, which are a type of Irish bagpipe, are definitely around by 1743, but they could have been around earlier than that as well. So this is the Galway Piper. This is also one that's arranged by Christine Mazza, and we've done this one at different times for WVU. The next one is another O'Carolan type tune. It's written by Gail Barber. This is one that we have done in some of the WVU ensembles. Once a month, they have students. I was just trying to figure out where that was coming from. It's not my phone, I don't think. Just want to make sure it wasn't mine. It's okay. WVU, Miss Mazza every month has a harp ensemble at the nursing home up there. The Village at Heritage Point is the name of the nursing home in Morgantown. And so I think she got started because her mother was in there, and she started going every month with a group from WVU. And so now it's kind of a tradition, once a month. Whatever students she has that are available will come up and play a variety of duets and trios and harp ensemble music for the residents there. And so this is kind of there's two pieces in one here. This is harp 1 and harp 2 put together, and it's called O'Carolan's Air. And strangely enough, I put this in here because a lot of people might know this place. Written by Gail Barber. She graduated from the Eastman School of Music, if anyone knows the Eastman School of Music, where she was awarded the Performer's Certificate in Harp. Many of her compositions for harp relate to culture, history of the country, and are played all over the world. So Carolyn's here. Now this next one, you know, I really didn't realize how famous this song was when I first started taking harp 6 years ago or so. And Andy will understand this. She's one of my only harp students. But we've been up to WVU to play with the village at Heritage Point, and this is called Brian Boru's March. And so I think she mentioned the history when we started it back then, but I really didn't think about it as much until I started looking up history for this event. So this is by Gail Barber as well. The origins are connected to the life of Brian Boru, an Irish king who united Ireland and defeated the Danes. The song is one of the oldest traditional tunes and is still widely played today. Legend says the tune was first played as Brian Boru's men carried his body to its final resting place. Brian Boru's life has been immortalized in Irish folklore, songs, and literature. He's considered Ireland's greatest king. Cockles and Mussels, also known as Molly Malone, is associated with Dublin, Ireland, but its origins are uncertain. The song's earliest known printed version was in 1876 in Boston, Massachusetts. The song's style and form are similar to other Irish traditional street ballads. There's actually a Brian Boru's harp, and it's got the face of a king type look to it. I looked it up, so you can look that up if you'd like. But this is Brian Boru's March. And it was also known, I don't think I put that in here, he also played the harp. He also had his own instrument played. I skipped one on here. Okay, well, this next one is Cockles and Mussels, like I was just mentioning, or Molly Malone. This is one that a lot of us probably recognize this one. How many people know at least Cockles and Mussels, or they know Molly Malone? Yeah, yeah. In the band world, that's one song that's pretty easy to get started on if you're a band student too. So. This next one's a little bit of a love song. It's a tune from the early 17th century by Rory Dahl O'Kane. I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry. It is one of the most widely recorded pieces of Irish traditional music. He wrote it while he was in Scotland, where he had a disagreement with a Lady Ellington, and he composed the tune for her when she apologized. So I don't know the story. And this is also one that people ask for at weddings as well. I have a whole box of music from this Fran Davis that gave me the harp, as well as a lifetime worth of music. This is one that's in a book that I got more recently from them, and it's all Irish fiddler tunes or jigs or dances, stuff like that. So this one's called Off She Goes. Origins of the tunes are uncertain, but it has been popular in Ireland, Britain, and North America. It appears in many songbooks or tune books, including those of Scottish convict Alexander Lang and British sailor William Lytton. One unnamed source gives that in the days of the sail, it was tradition for the fiddle player to sit on the deck of the ship playing Off She Goes as the ship departed the harbor. Thank you very much. And the next one is, I don't know why I like this one so much. It's called She Moved Through the Fair. Traditional Irish folk song that has been performed and recorded by various artists.
Mommy's right here, all right.
The narrator sees his lover moving away from him through the fair after telling him that since her family will approve, it will not be long to our wedding day. And she returns as a ghost at night and repeats the words again, imitating her own tragic death and the couple's potential reunion in the afterlife. So I feel like there's some tension between the parents and the lovers about getting married, and they're basically saying to one another, it won't be long to our wedding day, and if we don't make it, at least we'll be together after we're not on this earth anymore, I guess. So, it's just it's kind of a neat little story, and it's a really pretty rendition of it. So let's see if you like it as much as I do. Yeah, it's a little different. It's got those really little sparkly parts for the harp with all the rhymes. So I just feel like just two lovers looking at each other across the from across the way in the fair and speaking without words. So it's kind of that kind of a song. All right. Well, the next one is called Casey's Hornpipe, and it's an Irish fiddle tune. Folk tune, typically in 4/4 reel or hornpipe rhythm. So this is another, it could be a dance style tune. Origins are rooted in traditional fiddle styles of the United States. It is a quintessential example of old-time fiddle music characterized by lively, danceable tempo and straightforward melodies. Sometimes it says, for those of us that are musicians, sometimes it's taken as a reel with a dotted or a swung feel. So I guess it depends on what kind of dance you were doing. This is Casey's Hornpipe. My son's name is Casey as well, so that's another reason I was drawn to this one. Okay, the next one is called March of King Leos, and I only have a little bit on that one. Associated with Rory O'More, a hero of Irish resistance to English colonization in the 15th century. Though the tune's exact origins are shrouded. It's also known in Scotland. Fanny Power, composed before 1728. This is by Turlo O'Carolan. In the praise of Frances, the daughter and heiress of Carolyn's patrons, David and Elizabeth Power of Corheen, Laura County, Galway. So, and this is another love song for a girl named Frances and Fanny for short. Thank you. This is one, I have a couple versions of this piece. She Big, She More. And this is one that I've done with WVU Christine Mazza. It's about a battle between fairies of Sheberg, which is a little fairy hill, and Shemore, big fairy hill. So it doesn't really sound like a battle to me though. It sounds, if it is a battle, it's kind of a really quiet battle. So, and I'm kind of joining, I'm kind of meshing two versions up for this one. So, She Big, She More. Or it's kind of like white and black, or, you know, yin and yang. And this next piece is called The South Wind. It's a really slow hymn type song, it seems like to me, on Wind from the South, that was transcribed from the playing of a harper from County Clare in 1792. The song was printed in Edward Bunton's 1809 collection of Irish folk music. So So it's just really pretty Irish music. I don't know how I'm doing with time. I want to make sure I get some of these in.
Okay.
What time, where are we at right now?
You've got 10
Oh, there it
minutes.
is.
Yep.
Okay,
We're done when we're done.
let me check something.
We're done when we're done.
Okay, I might go a little bit over. This next one is Lady Athenry, and this is a tribute to a Lady Mary Nugent, who later became Lady Athenry. The song is a slow air that reflects the influence of Italian composers and Corelli. Lady Athenry is a melody that celebrates nobility history and the timeless bond of music and friendship. So, a lot of these tunes, as I was preparing for this, seemed like they were written for a lady or a king or a queen. And so this is another one like that. This one is called Believe Me If All Those Endearing Young Charms. Irish Poets is a popular song penned by the Irish poet Thomas Moore in 1808, setting new lyrics to a traditional Irish air, now widely associated with My Lodgings on the Cold Ground. Moore reportedly wrote the lyrics to reassure his wife, who feared her beauty was fading, that his love would still endure. Believe me if all those endearing young charms.
Barney on Andy Griffith's show sang that song.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did. I
didn't
recognize the tune.
I didn't know that. It's good. Now I might have to find the episode that he sang it. This next one is Lark in the Clear Air. And it's a traditional Irish song set by Barry Russell. Sir Samuel Ferguson added words to the air. This beautiful ancient melody and Ferguson's poetry are loved to this day. Sounds totally different than what I just played. It's really got a nice sound to it. This was arranged by Lynn Barnes, or Lindale. Going along with these. This is Garden Mother's Lullaby. This was arranged by Lynn Barnes as well. Irish mythology, and it's traditional language with a focus on the mother's perspective. Garden Mother's Lullaby. So hopefully Bethany can hear from the other room since she's the mom in the room. This next one, we're going to go ahead and skip to Gary Owen. And it's an Irish folk song that originated in the late 18th century. Well, it's a drinking song in Limerick. The song was adopted as an official march tune of the 7th U.S. Cavalry Regiment in 1867. The song was also adopted as the official song of the 1st Cavalry Division. The song's name comes from the Irish words, I don't know how to say that, Owen, which means the Garden of Owen. Gary Owen. So we might have heard this faster, I'm not really sure. one is called the Morrison's Jig. So this is another one if you want to dance a little bit. Get up and dance. Let's see. He learned to play the jig from his father Maurice, and he was just doing this fiddle tune. It's tied to an Irish American fiddler, James Morrison, and he wrote it down and played it on the fiddle, and that's where this piece came from. Morrison's Jig. This next piece is called The Harp That Once Through Tara's Halls. Traditional Irish tune, and it brings out the beauty of the harp. I'm going to go ahead and go to a song called Soldier's Joy. It's a little further in my list here. A fiddle tune originating in Scottish fiddling traditions, dates back to at least the 1760s. It's a popular American classic that's been played in many styles throughout the country. The term Soldier's Joy has a darker meaning that the tune's upbeat tempo, meaning than the tune's upbeat tempo and catchy melody. During the Civil War, it became referred to a combination of whiskey, beer, and morphine used by soldiers to deaden the pain. So, Soldier's Joy. This next one is one of my favorite tunes. Danny Boy is a beloved Irish ballad. Has a somewhat complex origin. The lyrics were written by English lyricist Frederick Weatherly in 1910, but he adapted them to fit the tune Londonderry Air, which he received from his Irish-born sister-in-law. This is a piece that is often requested at funerals and memorial services, and it's just really beautiful song. This is one you might know probably. So, Irish street ballad. It's also a phrase that symbolizes Irish pride, identity, nationalism, and the tradition of wearing green on St. Patrick's Day. Although I hear that it might be actually blue. The lyrics show the folly of the English in trying to discourage Irish nationalistic feelings. And so there's some things at the end about that as well. At one point they were going to burn all the harps that were being played. Queen Elizabeth didn't think that they should be playing, I guess. They think they snuck around, and so she had ordered that anyone that had a harp would have their harp burned. So, but she also owned her own harp, so it doesn't really add up, does it? So this is Wearing of the Green for St. Patrick's Day. that I do. I play for nursing homes a lot of times. I play for churches. So a lot of what I played tonight is all Irish. So, but I do have books of sacred music that I play for events, and I play for weddings and private gatherings and stuff like that. But this is one that nursing home people that are people really still know this song pretty well. This is My Wild Irish Rose. So, and let's see. It's another romance, of course, a romance of Athleon, and tells of a man's love for a woman as beautiful and sweet as a wild Irish rose. Alcott's wife, Margaret, suggested the song's title after a visit to Killea, County Cork, where the Alcott's mother was born in 1889. During their visit, a young Irish boy gave her a wild Irish rose, and Alcott later used the flower's name as inspiration for his song. Thank you very much. Let's see. Well, I'm going to end with two pieces here. Kind of one goes into the other one. And I'm going to try to sing the last part, the last one. But I don't know how my voice will hold out. If you can hear, it's already a little groggly. I'm just getting over some things, but this is called The Parting Glass. Originated in Scotland. It's been around since the 17th century. The song's about a farewell drink offered to a departing guest. Some of the verses are about someone leaving and going away, like maybe a soldier. It's also a parting glass about people in their last days. And so the second one we did for a lady who had lost her husband at WVU, and we did this big tribute, and she wanted this song to be the last song, and we all sang it and played it and sang as we played it. So I'm only going to sing one verse of it, but I'll play the first version of The Parting Glass is a little different actually than the ending. So here we go. part 2, parting glass, but it's really totally different. So. So here's to you and our time together. I'll share with you a parting glass, and I'll bid adieu with some smiles and laughter. Our time apart will be short and past. When we first met, we were total strangers. We did not know we could be friends. How soon we've come to know each other. So I don't know, will we meet again? So here's to you and our time together. I'll share with you a parting glass, and I'll bid adieu with some smiles and laughter. So time apart will be short and past. See what I can do. So this is Star of the County down for Rob, who couldn't be here tonight.